When employers are willing to cooperate and do the right thing, everyone wins when it comes to Denver's wage laws.
We meet with city contractors, businesses, employer associations, and community groups year-round.
Thanks to positive community relationships, the fastest path to restitution is through cooperative and educated employers.
My Denver labor team prioritizes innovative wage education and outreach. What we do is unlike any other program in the country. We are getting money back that workers in Denver rightfully earned according to the law, and we're taking proactive steps to help the business community pay everyone correctly on the front end. This approach is the best possible way to support Denver business and our most vulnerable workers at the same time. Executive Director Jeff Garcia is joining me for this episode to talk about how we're supporting business and still recovering thousands of dollars for workers.
We've had at least 1,000 educational meetings in the last few years. We want to take every opportunity to share information about Denver's laws. The main takeaway from these meetings are that the most successful employers that follow the law are those who are engaged, willing to learn their legal requirements, and know where to go when they have questions. As a result, we believe the best defense for the city's lowest paid workers is to get information to employers as often as possible. My team is here to help walk any company through the steps, like payroll record requirements, which laws may apply, and if any exception like the food and beverage credit might apply. And all of this can be conveniently found on our website in our small business resource section too.
Recently, we made some big wage recoveries on behalf of Denver workers. Many of the investigations were successful thanks to cooperative employers.
On one of our most recent minimum wage projects, we were able to help almost 50 people thanks to a company that cooperated with us and raised its wages. We used our active enforcement approach to identify high-risk industries and conducted a routine compliance audit on a national valet parking company. Their payroll records showed that the company was taking a tip credit from their employees' wages. Only the food and beverage industries may claim this credit, according to the city's minimum wage ordinance. The company willingly resolved underpayments and returned nearly $39,000 to 49 employees.
Our prevailing wage team recovered more than $200,000 in restitution after payroll audits showed a contractor reducing employee pay based on unapproved fringe benefits in 2019 and 2020. And we are still calculating additional restitution for 2021.
Our team worked cooperatively with the employer to get accurate documentation and approve some fringe benefits retroactively. We calculated the restitution and recovered all that money for 35 trash removal services employees on a city project.
In another recent case, an employee working for a janitorial contractor on a college campus submitted a wage complaint to our office. We found the contractor did not pay the required minimum wage for a year and a half. We conducted an investigation and the contractor raised all of its employees' wages to meet the minimum wage requirements. 25 janitors received more than $32,000 in restitution.
One of my favorite recent restitution stories stands out because of the community support that made it happen. Third parties can submit a wage complaint on behalf of a worker they believe is underpaid. In this case, the African Community Center of Denver reached out to us because an Afghan refugee they helped find work was being paid less than minimum wage. We notified the construction contractor about the wage investigation. They eagerly worked with our office to resolve the underpayment and return the unpaid wages in less than a week. The employer also raised the worker's hourly pay above minimum to $16 an hour.
As you heard in each of these 4 examples, wage complaints and investigations come from many different sources across our community. If you think you or someone you know was paid less than what is required by law, do not hesitate to contact my office. Our analysts are always ready to answer employers' questions and offer training sessions to any groups wanting more information. Well, that's it for this episode of Ask the Auditor. If you have a question, submit it to auditor@denvergov.org, and maybe your question will be the next question we answer on the next episode of Ask the Auditor.